Now, with more Banks Braves athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
Test. Good evening, volleyball fans, and welcome to Banks High School for tonight's match between the Banks Braves and the Neah Kahnie Pirates. The Banks Braves enter tonight's match winners of 10 in a row and 11 of their last 12. Their only two league losses have come all the way back in the league opener back on September 11th at Corbett, and a loss to this Neah Kahnie team that came back on September 18th in a 3-1 defeat. The Braves are 16-5 overall, 13-5 overall, 6-2 in Coastal Range League play. Taking a look at the roster for the Braves, number 1, Lauren Jansen, a junior. Number 2, Harlow Johns, a sophomore. Number 3, Kendall Shook, a senior. Number 4, Addie Kennedy, a freshman. Number 5, Kylie McCraw, a junior. Number 6, Ellie Seelix, a sophomore. Number 7, Sawyer Peters, a sophomore. Number 8, Jaden Cupp, a sophomore. Number 10, Brooklyn Evans, a sophomore. And number 12, Morgan McCraw, a senior. Maddie Turner, number 13, is a freshman. .3A Coastal Range League volleyball, a very tight group of 6 among the top 7. Banks and Warrenton tied for first at 6-2. Yamhill, Carlton, and Corbett tied for third at 5-4. Neah Kahnie a half game back at 4-4, and Rainier a half game back of that group at 3-4. Riverdale, the only team really out of the playoff race, has not won a match all season. That will be Banks' next opponent here at home on Thursday. Banks has 3 of their final 4 matches at home. Neah Kahnie tonight, Riverdale here on Thursday night, and Rainier on Monday night, next Monday, in a makeup date. The Braves' only road contest, though, could be a tough one. It's Warrenton Warriors, the team they're currently tied with, at 6-2. We'll take a 2-minute break, and when we come back, we'll look at the roster for the Neah Kahnie Lady Pirates. This is Banks Braves Volleyball on Westside'sGreatestHits.com and the Westside Mobile Media YouTube channel.
Jim's Market in Banks is an institution serving the community for generations. They're actively involved in events and athletics from the youth league to high school level. Let them serve you with their locally grown fresh produce, fresh bakery items, including custom cakes, and quick hot food from their in-store deli. Jim's Market, conveniently located at the south entrance to Banks.
Jason, let's go see your room.
How is it? Is it good?
Same great smile, same great service, but a brand new location and a great new team. Sarah Hesselman Group is still proud to support Banks High School athletics, but has now joined the Premier Property Group real estate team with new offices located in Bethany. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, contact the Sarah Hesselman Group, Sarah at sarahhesselman.com, or call 503-313-0748.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Now with more Banks Braves athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
And we're back. Banks Braves Volleyball on Westside'sGreatestHits.com and the Westside Mobile Media YouTube channel. The Neah Kahnie Pirates of Rockaway, located just a few minutes north of Tillamook, come in with a record of 7 wins and 11 losses overall, 4-4 in 3A Coastal Range League play, hoping for the upset tonight. The Banks are not ranked in the top 10, but have steadily climbed in the rankings over the last 2 or 3 weeks or so into the number 15 ranking, and would be a playoff team if the season ended today as one of the top 3 teams in the Coastal Range League. For the Pirates, started the season with a tournament at Warrenton, sweeping Napa and defeating Sheridan. Fell to Kennedy 3-1 and Nestucca in a 3-way at Nestucca High School back in early September. A 3-set sweep against Yamhill Carlton to open the season at home. Fell to 2-8 Toledo on the road, 3-1. Defeated Walport in Toledo, another 3-way, 4-1. Not sure why the extra set was played. Maybe just to get some other players a chance to play, even with that one already decided, at 3-1. Again, they played Toledo at the tournament at Sheridan with a 2-1 loss and got swept by Taft of Lincoln City twice at the Sheridan tournament. Swept Riverdale, defeated Banks 3-1. Fell at Warrenton 3-1, defeated Rainier 3-1. Lost at Corbett 3-1. Lost at Yamhill Carlton 3-2. Defeated Riverdale 3-1 and were swept by Banks at the Seaside tournament as the Braves won that match 2-0. Taking a look at the Neah Kahnie roster, no positions listed. Number 2, Jasmine Jones, a junior. Number 3, Avery Spellman, a senior. Number 5, Lucy Smith, a freshman. Number 6, Kennedy Sigmund, a freshman. Number 7, Marilyn Dante, a junior. Number 8, Mirabelle Lair, a junior. Mirabelle Lair, a senior. Number 9, Briar Conruff, a junior. Number 10, Bianca Smith, a junior. Number 11, Ruby Martini, a junior. Number 12, Quinn Scalabrine, a sophomore. Number 13, Kaylee Pitts, a sophomore. And number 14, Sophia Shepard, also a sophomore. The Pirates are coached by Deborah Beckwith, assisted by Sabrina Isele and Severin Wold. Just about 90 seconds to public address duties as well. We'll step away for just a moment, and we'll kind of phase into that with another 2-minute break on Westside's GreatestHits.com and the Westside Mobile Media YouTube channel.
Visit Main Street Pizza in Banks, located next to Jim's Market, for the best pizza in Washington County. From loaded hot baked subs to a Main Street special pizza piled high, we will satisfy your pizza cravings. We've been serving and supporting the Banks community since 1986. Open daily at 11 a.m. Call ahead now to place your order at 503-324-5858 or follow us on Facebook to see our daily lunch specials. Mention this radio ad and receive $2 off any Main Street pizza.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's OSAA 3A Coastal Range League matchup between the visiting Neah Pirates of Rockaway and tonight's home team, your Banks Lady Braves. Let's meet the roster first for the visiting Neah Pirates. Actually, before that, we'll remind you that the OSAA requests to help create an environment of safety, tolerance, acceptance, and respect. Call it being a star. Show your enthusiasm, show your spirit, and show respect as well. Show our students a supportive atmosphere in which they can be their best. They might just show you greatness. Also, please show your support for tonight's officials by giving them your respect. For the Pirates, number 2, junior Jasmine Jones. Number 3, senior Avery Spellman. Number 5, freshman Lucy Smith. Number 6, freshman Kennedy Sigmund. Number 7, junior Marilyn Dante. Number 8, senior Mirabelle Lair. Number 9, junior Briar Conruff. Number 10, junior Bianca Smith. Number 11, junior Ruby Martini. Number 12, sophomore Quinn Scalabrine. Number 13, sophomore Kaylee Pitts. And number 14, sophomore Sophia Shepard. The Pirates are assisted by Severin Wold, Sabrina Isele, and head coach Deborah Beckwith. Now for tonight's home team, your Banks Lady Braves. Number 1, junior Lauren Jansen. Number 2, sophomore Harlow Johns. Number 3, senior Kendall Shook. Number 4, freshman Addie Kennedy. Number 5, junior Kylie McCraw. Number 6, sophomore Ellie Seelix. Number 7, sophomore Sawyer Peters. Number 8, sophomore Jaden Kopp. Number 10, sophomore Brooklyn Evans. Number 12, senior Morgan McCraw. And number 13, freshman Maddie Turner. Great staff for the Banks Lady Braves. Give it up. They've won 10 straight matches under returning head coach Suzanne Clark and assistant coach Megan Bunn. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you please stand and remove your hats for tonight's national anthem. Banks Braves will be in their home white uniforms, navy blue and Vegas gold arrowhead logo just inside the left shoulder. Navy blue numerals on the back with Vegas gold trim. Navy blue cursive font with Vegas gold trim. With navy blue shorts. Neah Kahnie red long sleeve jerseys or long sleeve t-shirts, black numerals with white trim. Oh, no, I'm not. I gotta do. Almost forgot. I still have a little bit more public address duties to do between sets with reading the sponsors of individual players, a new thing this season. Again, Neah Kahnie red long sleeve t-shirts or volleyball shirts with black shorts, black numerals on the front and back with white trim, no letter, or I believe it actually says NKN, short for Neah Kahnie, above the numerals on the back between the shoulder blades. First serve from Neah Kahnie. Banks High School gym runs east and west. Banks down to our right on the west end of the court. Nice set far side from the Braves. Number 2, Harlow Johns, sophomore. Banks with the opening point, up 1-0. Serve from Sawyer Peters. A nice return that time by number 8 for Neah Kahnie, Mirabelle Lair. Banks diving late, but not quite able to get there in time. Tied at 1. And Banks unable to keep it in play. They're going to knock that one into their bench. Neah Kahnie up 2-1 early. Mirabelle Lair, or correction, number 11, Ruby Martini. And the return along just a couple of inches by Mirabelle Lair. Side out back to Banks, tied at 2. Brooklyn Evans to serve for the Braves, far side. And that's going to go just wide, just left of the near side, out of bounds in front of the Neah Kahnie bench. 3-2 Pirates. Serve from Marilyn Dante. And again, too wide off the attempt from Addie Kennedy. Neah Kahnie up 4-2. Serve that time for Marilyn Dante is just wide. Banks back within 1 at 4-3. And Harlow Johns to serve. And that's long. 5-3 Neah Kahnie. Serve from the Pirates. Great defense being played by the Braves on that return, and it's going to be long. Too hard from Neah Kahnie getting it back across the net. Braves back within 1, trailing 4-5. And serving for Banks, Lauren Jansen. Short into the top of the net, 6-4 back to Neah Kahnie. Kaylee Pitts, side the key, right side on her serve. And again, wide off the attempt from Addie Kennedy, 6-7-4 Pirates. Kaylee Pitts to serve, hung on the top of the net and decided to fall over. A break for Neah Kahnie, up 8-4 in the first set, and Banks toying with being a top 15 team, not looking like it early in a match against Neah Kahnie, which isn't even a playoff team, but that time a nice kill from Sawyer Peters, angled beautifully near side all the way across 45 degrees. Trailing 5-8 though, and Ellie Seelix, the libero, navy blue long sleeve volleyball shirt with gray trim. Sawyer Peters, couple of nice plays back for back-to-back points for the Braves. Nice placement into the back row. Neah Kahnie not quite able to get there in time, and Braves with back-to-back points, trailing 6-8, the serve from Seelix. And off the side of the hand of Ruby Martini, 3 straight for the Braves to pull back within 1 at 7-8. Serve from Celix, and that's going to be a home run, but the wrong sport. Speaking of home runs, Mariners kind of a shocker, blowing out Toronto, one of the best offensive teams in Major League Baseball this season. Mariners 10, Toronto 3. Mariners 1 win away from their first trip to the World Series. Again, too much for Martini. After Neah Kahnie had gotten a point back after that big Banks rally. Now Banks back within one, trailing 8-9. Banks scoring 5 out of the last 7 and now 6 out of the last 8 points to tie it. At 9. Kylie McCraw serve far side. And the kill that time for number 5, Kennedy, for Lucy Smith. Side out back to Neah Kahnie, regaining the lead 10-9. Serve from Lucy Smith. And too much from Brooklyn Evans. That's going to be long off her kill attempt. 11-9 in favor of the Pirates. And we're going to have movement from Banks on the serve. An unforced error for the Braves. Neah Kahnie a 12-9 lead. So apparently they're going to keep the score the same and replay the serve. Initially the call was movement or rotation on the serve from Neah Kahnie. I think the score should still be 11-9 though. Took a point away from Neah Kahnie. So apparently I gave Neah Kahnie an extra point, 10-9, still in favor of the Pirates. A nice job that time by Brooklyn Evans, just kind of bumping it over with the heel of her wrist and catching Neah Kahnie off guard defensively, finding a hole just beyond the front line to tie it at 10. Serve from Sawyer Peters. And a nice tip block by Brooklyn Evans at the line to help give the Braves their first lead of the match at 11-10. Braves have scored 8 out of the last 11 to go up 1, 11-10 after trailing 7-3 early. Wow, nice return by Sawyer Peters back near the student section. Oh, this time winning the battle at the front is Jasmine Jones against Brooklyn Evans, tied at 11, side out back to Neah Kahnie. And again, Brooklyn Evans finding a hole in the Neah Kahnie defense. Braves regain the lead 12-11 midway through the first set. And I believe we have a timeout, Neah Kahnie. Midway through the first set, it's Banks 12, Neah Kahnie 11, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
For more than 45 years, Housemaster has been offering residential and commercial inspection services with more than 200 locations across the U.S. and Canada. We've helped more than 3.5 million buyers and sellers make important real estate decisions. Housemaster of Southwest Portland helps local residents make the right choice when purchasing a residential or commercial property. Call Housemaster of Southwest Portland, 971-245-2500, or visit their website, housemaster.com/southwest-Portland.
Now with more Banks Braves Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
And Banks is back following the Neah Kahnie timeout. Pirates still waiting to break their huddle. Braves football with a convincing 42-7 win on homecoming night last Friday against Kennedy. They'll be at Yamhill Carlton this week. However, we will not. Back-to-back home volleyball matches for Pacific, Friday and Saturday. We'll be on the call for both those matches, and off the tip all the way across the net, off the return is Marilyn Dante. Again, we're tied at 12. Serve from Dante. Return along by Lauren Jansen. Lead goes back to the Pirates at 13-12. Dante's serve, back row to Celix. And it's going to be returned along by Jasmine Jones. Back to Banks, tied again at 13. And that serve is long from Harlow Johns. 14-13, Neah Kahnie. Serve from Jasmine Jones for the Pirates is an ace. Harlow Johns diving, gets underneath it, but not able to control it. Going to go behind the far side officials stand at the net. 15-13, Neah Kahnie. And Neah Kahnie extending their lead to 3 at 13-16-13. Timeout Banks. We'll be back in just a moment. Transaction Transmission in the heart of Banks specializes in transmission repair, but they service all types of vehicle repairs and makes and models. 5-star reviews and quality workmanship you can trust. Owner Joey Tardio doesn't just repair vehicles, he eats, sleeps, and breathes all things auto-related as an auto racer March through October. Trust your vehicle to Transaction Transmission at the end of Sunset Avenue in the heart of Banks. Call 503-359-9141. And we're back following the Braves timeout. Banks trailing 16-13 after having a slim lead at 12-11 midway through the set. Neah Kahnie scoring 5 out of the last 6. That time, Ellie Selix on the return out of her libero position wins the point for the Braves. And that's going to be returned wide near side in front of the scores table by Neah Kahnie. Back-to-back points for the Braves, trailing 15-16. Serve from Jansen. Nice defense being played by the Braves. And some communication issues that time between Addie Kennedy and Kylie McCraw. Neah Kahnie now up to 17-15. Serve from Kaylee Pitts. And that's going to go off the bottom of the net. Near side off the return from Neah Kahnie. Again, Banks within 1, trailing 16-17. Ellie Selix will come back in to serve. Addie Kennedy will take a seat. One of just 2 freshmen on this varsity squad for the Braves. Serve from Selix, short into the net. Side out back to Neah Kahnie, leading 18-16. Bianca Smith, the serve for the Pirates. And battle at the net, off the tip, goes over Brooklyn Evans, and Sawyer Peters comes in late, can't get there in time. Again, Neah Kahnie back up 3 at 19-16. Serve from Bianca Smith, misplayed by the Braves. More Kylie McCraw tries to pull it back in from the bleachers. Banks trailing 20-16, starting to look more like the team they were at the beginning of the season before winning 10 straight. And we're going to get an error on Neah Kahnie. 20-17, Braves still trailing by 3 late first set. Serve from Kylie McCraw. And that time, nice angle, nice power, nice job staying under control that time by Brooklyn Evans, and comes up with the kill. Braves within 2 at 18-20. Kylie McCraw, jump serve. And not a very good assist off the attempt from Bianca Smith. And Neah Kahnie will not come up with the return. 19-20. Braves back within 1. Straight under the serve of Kylie McCraw, and that's going to go underneath the net. Tied at 20. Again, no return from Neah Kahnie. And we have a timeout, Pirates. Neah Kahnie looked to be well in control much of this first set. Banks battling back, though, on a couple of occasions, even once holding a slim lead at 12-11. Banks battling back, though, from a 4-point deficit to tie it at 20. We'll be back in just a moment.
Proudly serving our neighbors in Washington County since 1946, LaHaye's is your destination for locally made Letterman's jackets. Custom embroidery for business apparel or a unique gift, and scouting uniforms and supplies. LaHaye's is on the corner of 3rd and Main in historic downtown Hillsboro. Open Wednesday through Friday, 10 to 6, Saturday, 10 to 4, and anytime online at lahayes.com or call us at 503-648-2341.
And we're back, first set tied at 20. Neah, Kahnie, and Banks. Neah, Kahnie battling for a possible third playoff spot out of the Coastal Range League. 3 games remaining in Coastal Range League play after tonight. Banks and Neah, Kahnie, the only volleyball match in the 3A classification this evening. Serve from Kylie McCraw. And diving to the floor, but led Sawyer Peters too far underneath the net. I think just trying to keep that one from hitting the floor. Kahnie regaining the lead at 21-20. Again, we have an officials timeout. I think they're going to update the score. Yeah, Neah, Kahnie with a 1-point lead at 21-20. The serve from Lucy Smith. And again, beautiful placement, center of the front row by Brooklyn Evans, tied at 21. Banks homecoming. Banks homecoming Saturday, and team was at a tournament at Seaside over the weekend, missing a couple of their players who were involved as princesses and were still able to defeat Corbett, but right now trailing Neah, Kahnie 21-22. Serve from Ruby Martini. And that's going to be returned wide near side by Jasmine Jones. Tied again at 22, back to Banks. Sports night, the theme for, I think, college sports teams, the theme. A lot of Oregon and Oregon State garb being worn by student section across the way. Brooklyn Evans with the ace. Banks regains the lead late first set, 23-22. And too much that time from Harlow Johns. Tied at 23. Serve from Marilyn Dante, blocked at the net, and Harlow Johns goes underneath. Timeout Banks. Neah, Kahnie regains the lead late first set, 24-23. Set point for the Pirates when we return. Thanks, Lady Braves Volleyball on Westside'sGreatestHits.com and the Westside Mobile Media YouTube channel. We'll be back in just a moment. Whether it's a steaming hot old-fashioned cup of joe or hot chocolate on a cold winter day, or an ice-cold Italian soda or iced coffee on a hot summer day, any time is a great time to stop by Scoggins Creek Coffee. With 2 locations in Gaston and Yamhill Carlton, their warm and friendly baristas will get you the delicious drink of your choice. Scoggins Creek Coffee, call 503-985-3483, 503-985-3483.
Now with more Banks Braves Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard. Now with more Banks Braves Athletics.
And we're back. Neah, Kahnie serving for the first set, up 24-23 for Marilyn Dante. And nice angle, pass to diving effort from Lauren Jansen. Neah Kahnie with the first set victory, 25-23. We'll take a 2-minute break and be back with the second set in just a moment. Explore your world with Donna Maller-Hawkins at Infinity Escapes Travel. She's a Banks alum and can help you find great deals on cruises with Regent Seven Seas and discounts on guests with Virgin Voyages and Royal Caribbean. Want to stay ashore? Check out feature tours like National Parks of the American West, night tours of Croatia and Madagascar. Book your next vacation with Donna Maller-Hawkins and Infinity Escapes Travel, calling 823-634-8080 or visit infinityescapestravel.com.
At Wana Credit Union, every individual is unique, with different needs, different wants, and different goals. This is who we are, and we live here. Our families live here. Our friends live here. This is our home, because to us, you're not a number. You're an individual. Wana Credit Union. Individuals welcome.
O'Leary Air is proudly offering Dakin Comfort Pro HVAC products. They've been serving the West Side and Greater Portland Metro since 2015. They pride themselves in getting the job done right, backed by a legacy of integrity, respect, and honesty. O'Leary Air offers competitive pricing on all their work. Give them a call today at 503-989-5251. That's 503-989-5251. Online at o'learyair.com. CCB number 239855.
Do you have your next vacation planned? Whether it's time for a cruise, weekend getaway, or a bucket list resort, let Lazy Hammock Travel in North Plains help you. Lazy Hammock Travel, your passport to relaxation. Call Jason Ackerman at 503-332-5571 or visit their website, lazyhammocktravel.com. Lazy Hammock Travel, proud sponsors of Banks Braves Athletics and American Legion Baseball on Westside Mobile Media.
Now with more Banks Braves Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
And we're back. Neah Kahnie taking set one at Banks, 25-23. Braves with a 10-match winning streak on the line. Neah Kahnie trying to move possibly into a three-way, or into a tie for third. Top three teams advance to the state playoffs at the end of the month. First round starts Wednesday, October 29th. Addie Kennedy will come out, replaced by Kendall Shook. Kylie McCraw will start the second set for the Braves. And Brooklyn Evans kind of tried a little twirling return, and I think they're going to get her for maybe an illegal touch. Neah Kahnie with the first point of the second set. And Harlow Johns did not time her jump properly and knocks it into the bottom of the net, angling the ball down. And that's going to go underneath the net far side off the opening serve from Neah Kahnie and Jasmine Jones. And Brooklyn Evans off the lob on the return, tied at 2. Serve from Lauren Jansen for the Braves into the center of the net. Back to Neah Kahnie. Serve from Jones is short. And the two teams trading service errors early in the second set. Shook will come out, replaced by Addie Kennedy. Also coming out, Brooklyn Evans, Sawyer Peters in, and libero Ellie Seelix. Serve from just below the left block, just inside the key, and it's going to be into the far side of the net. No return from Neah Kahnie. Banks gains the lead for the first time in the second set at 4-3. And that's going to be nearly knocked into the hoop by one of the Neah Kahnie players in the basket down to our left, but wrong sport. And Banks now increasing their lead to 5-3. Seelix holding serve. Another great job by her, and that's going to be returned wide in front of the student section. 6-3 Braves. Timeout Neah Kahnie in the second set. Banks trying to even things up at 1 apiece. Have a lead early in the second set up 6-3. We'll be back in just a moment.
Are you looking for a job with flexible hours, a way to support your community, or a first step toward a career in education? ESS has exciting substitute teacher and paraprofessional openings at schools throughout Eastern Yamhill, Columbia, and Washington counties. You'll enjoy creating your own schedule with weekly pay, ongoing training, and benefits. Begin your rewarding career in education by applying today at ess.com.
Now, with more Banks Braves athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
And we're back. Banks a 6-3 lead at home, leading the Neah Kahnie Pirates. Serve from Ellie Seelix is an ace. Braves extending their lead to 7-3 in the second set. Perfect serve from Ellie Seelix. (7-3) Braves lead. Popped up into the back row, returned wide off the first touch. Another ace for Seelix. 8-3 Braves. And Neah Kahnie, nice job to angle it along the front row. Past the jump of the Braves front row. 8-4, ending a long run and a lengthy side out for the Braves, now leading 8-4. And a short-lived side out for Neah Kahnie, not able to return it off the block. 9-4, Braves up by 5. Morgan McCraw, her serve. Again, tipped at the net by Neah Kahnie, but they can't get past the initial block. 10-4 Braves. Into the net, mistiming her kill attempt, Lucy Smith. 11-4 Braves. Serve from Kylie McCraw. And that time a communication issue between Addie Kennedy and Lauren Jansen, and the point will go to Neah Kahnie, trailing 11-5. Return wide by Neah Kahnie, near side. Like number 7, Marilyn Dante, back to Banks, up 12-5 in the second set. Banks has taken 2 out of 3 of the Pirates this season. Serve from Lauren Jansen, back row. Off the tip of the net, nice play that time by Kaylee Pitts, 12-6. Side out back to Neah Kahnie. Second set, Braves trailing 1-0, 23-25. Oh, Sawyer Peters couldn't get much on it. Came over almost even with the near side net pole, and an easy turn back across the net for the point by Neah Kahnie. Back-to-back points. Trailing 7-12. The serve from Lucy Smith. Oh, and misplayed by Lucy Smith. Mad at herself as she comes up off the floor. Knew she should have let it go. Gets a hand on it and knocks it high into the back wall on the east end of the court. 13-7 Braves. Side out back to Banks and Kendall Shook. And no play after the second touch. No return from Neah Kahnie after misplaying it on the first touch nearly into the bleachers. 14-7. And off the tip, diving, coming up short, Bianca Smith. 15-7 Braves. And all Banks so far in the second set, trying to come back from that first set loss. Nice back and forth between these two teams. And it's an ace. Or not an ace, but right down the line, far side. Martini looking at her coach, pointing almost as if to say that was not in. Shook and the Braves, though, with a 16-7 lead, and will keep this side out. And a hitting violation against Neah Kahnie. Timeout Pirates. Banks now with their largest lead of either side tonight, up 10 in the second set. 17-7 down 1 set to none. We'll be back after this from Banks Post.
Banks Post newspaper is the official news provider of West Side's greatest hits. Listen hourly for West Side news from the Banks Post newsroom. Banks Post newspaper covers Banks, Manning, Buxton, Roy, and surrounding western Washington County communities. If you'd like more information on the Banks Post or want to pick up a copy, visit a local business today. You can also visit their website at bankspost.com or their Facebook page, Banks Post.
Now with more Banks Braves Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
Now we're back 17-7 Braves in the second set, leading Neah Kahnie, hoping to keep at least a share of the lead of the Coastal Range League volleyball in 3A in the state of Oregon. And coming up short on her kill attempt, mistiming at Jasmine Jones into the net, 18-7 Braves. Serve from Shook. And Evans on the kill, right back in the face of Lucy Smith. Able to get her mitts up, but not under control. Too much power that time from Brooklyn, and 19-7 Braves. Again, the serve from Shook. Low, but finds its way across. And that is going to be just wide. Nice eye by Shook, and nice communication to let Celix, the libero, know, who was nearby, to not touch it. It's 20-7 Braves. Shook. Back row to Martini for Neah Kahnie. Martini on the return. And Celix, I think, forgot how many touches that was and not anywhere near the net. Just almost like an assist on the third touch. 8-20 though, still Braves. 20-8, Braves still well in control. Neah Kahnie serving, trailing 8-20. Neah Kahnie almost served out of rotation. Kaylee Pitts will come to take it away from Marilyn Dante. Deep serve is long, 21-8. Morgan McCraw comes out. Kylie will serve. And nice placement that time inside the near back corner. Near side to us is the visitor's side, the north side of the court, 21-9. Marilyn Dante, the serve. Evans again. How many times has she done that over her first 2 seasons of her high school volleyball career? Nice placement again. Finding a hole, just hitting the floor before the Neah Kahnie defender was able to dive to get there. 22-9 Braves. And this time, Neah Kahnie getting the point back. Finding some touch far backside, 22-10. Braves still with the lead, but Neah Kahnie serving down 12. Hopefully, just a couple of points of Braves wrapping up the second set to tie it at 1. And too far back, Lauren Jansen. Back-to-back points for Neah Kahnie, trailing 11-22. Off the ace from Jasmine Jones. Again, short serve. This time Shook comes to get it, far side. And blocked back in the face of Harlow Johns, 22-12. Straight for Neah Kahnie. Braves have got to be prepared for that short serve. Jasmine Jones. Starts perpendicular to the net. A bit deeper this time to Shook. Oh, I think they're going to say it hit the floor first. Neah Kahnie bench not happy with the call. Very close. Jones almost able to get underneath it in time. Neah Kahnie thought she did. Side out back to the Braves, 2 points away from tying things up at 1 set apiece. Now that's too much from Lauren Jansen. Side out back to Neah Kahnie, 13-23 they trail. Martini. Deep, but inside the line, played by Sawyer Peters. Great defense that time by Lauren Jansen off the kill attempt. And set point for the Braves in the second of 24-13. Morgan McCraw to serve. Straddling the left side of the key, well below the block. And rejected off the block attempt from Lauren Jansen. Neah Kahnie will get the side out back at least one more time before the end of the second set, trailing 14-24. Serve from Bianca Smith. And off the block, or through the block of Addie Kennedy, Neah Kahnie. Still keeping hopes alive in the second set. Still a long ways to go, though. Banks needing just one more point to tie it at 1 set apiece. And this is wide, near side in front of the Braves bench, and that will do it for the second set. Banks and Neah Kahnie now tied at 1. Neah Kahnie takes the first 25-23. Banks winning the second 25-15. We'll be back in 2 minutes after this. Thanks, Braves. Volleyball on Westside's GreatestHits.com and the Westside Mobile Media YouTube channel. Legacy Roofing can save your home from leaks, mold, and other issues related to an older roof, preventing future roof issues, saving you thousands of dollars. They use only the most trusted materials backed by an excellent warranty that is transferred if you ever sell your home. Legacy is tops in their field, earning the GAF Master Elite certification and the Golden Pledge warranty. For more information or to get a free quote, call 503-357-7663 today.
Divine Home Solutions can upgrade your kitchen with quality cabinets. Divine Home Solution focuses on quick turnaround time from lead to completion. They also have luxury vinyl plank flooring as well. Don't just make your kitchen beautiful, make it divine. Divine Home Solutions, 971-407-6742 or 971-325-7759 and online at divinehome.solutions.
Your local lender, Christy Van Meter at Union Home Mortgage, is here to walk you through every step in purchasing your new home. Christy and her team bring trusted knowledge and years of experience to make your home loan financing process an enjoyable one. If you're in the business or have questions about purchasing or refinancing your home, call Christy Van Meter at Union Home Mortgage, 503-327-5302, or visit uhm.com/kvanmeter. Union Home Mortgage, official sponsor of the PBR. Union Home Mortgage promises cap. Christy Van Meter is licensed in Oregon 1700271, Washington MLO-1700271, and Arizona 1039867. Union Home Mortgage is an equal housing lender, NMLS number 2229.
Casey Ogden is a healthcare expert with more than 40 years in the field serving others and is college certified in nursing and healthcare administration. Her business, Casey Ogden Healthcare Services, offers everything you need for home health, from limited medical equipment, meal preparation, medication management, medical transportation, and more. Call 971-273-6058 or email caseyogden.hcs.llc@gmail.com.
Now with more Banks Braves Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
And we're back. Set break between the second and third, tied at one set apiece. Neah, Kahnie winning the opener 25-23. Banks dominating in the second 25-15. Neah, Kahnie won the first match against these two teams in Rockaway, 3-1, but Banks has evened the series with a non-league match at the Seaside Tournament last weekend. Quickly taking a look at the top 10 3A rankings. Westside Christian number 1, Valley Catholic 2, Burns 3, Sisters 4, Dayton number 5, Cascade Christian of Medford Jacksonville is number 6, Salem Academy 7, number 8 Coquille, number 9 Douglas of Winston, and number 10 Catlin Gable of Northwest Portland. And before we start the third set, quick look over to make sure all the lineups on the court are correct. Neah, Kahnie will start the third with Lucy Smith behind the line. And Evans, too much. All Bianca Smith could do is duck her head out of the way. Otherwise, she may have gotten her face taken off on that one. Banks with the first point of the third set after the kill from Brooklyn Evans. And Morgan McCraw probably should have let that one go. It would have been wide in front of the student section, but tries to track it down and can't get a good angle on it, and no one else in the area where he directed that ball, and we're tied at 1. And communication issues between Jasmine Jones and Marilyn Dante. Side out back to Banks as they look at each other and the ball hits the floor right in the center of the net, or right in front of the center of the net among the Neah Kahnie front row. Banks regaining the lead. And long on the return that time from Bianca Smith, 3-1 Banks. Sawyer Peters to serve. Short, low serve. Nice angle on that attempt to get the ball across the net, and coming up with the block, I think Brooklyn Evans, 4-1 Banks. Sawyer Peters waiting for the whistle. Now gets the okay. And a swing and a miss. It's an ace from Sawyer Peters right down the line near side. Martini took a swing and a miss and then pulled back like he thought it was going to be wide. And 5-1 with an even more dominating start than the second set. Oh, Martini late decides to play it and then goes underneath the net. 6-1, timeout Pirates. Banks in control early in the third, 6-1, trying to take their second straight set and go up 2-1 in this match against Neah Kahnie. We'll be back in just a moment.
Specialty Screen Printing in Yamhill offers your business the creativity and expertise to print your logo on a variety of items. Owners Ken and Linda Johnson have 40 years of experience on industrial parts and every type of material, including ceramic tile. Their fast service can have your project done in less than a week. Visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com, to see for yourself how they can help you boost your company's marketing and industrial screen printing needs. Call 971-998-9274 or visit their website, specialtyscreenprinting.com.
Now with more Banks Braves Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
And we're back following the Neah Kahnie timeout. Banks up 6-1 in the third set. Tied at 1 set apiece with Neah Kahnie. Braves looking for their 11th win in a row on the season. And Neah Kahnie having problems pulling it back off the far side of the net. 7-1 Braves. All Banks in the third. Serve from Sawyer Peters. Oh, Brooklyn Evans, after Jasmine Jones tried to dump it over, weren't going to catch Brooklyn off guard that time. 8-1 in favor of the Braves. Sawyer Peters continuing behind the line. Again, another nice low angle serve. And this time misplayed by Sawyer Peters, nearly taking out Kendall Shook, and knocks it into the back wall. But a nice run that time for the Braves to open the third set up 8-2. Serve from Dante for the Pirates. Morgan, Kylie McCraw to Lauren Jansen. Near side on the kill, 9-2. Short-lived side out for Neah Kahnie. Shook will come out, replaced by Addie Kennedy. Celix will serve. From Celix, back row to Martini. Turned Jasmine Jones. Blocked but out of bounds, far side. 10-2. Braves have been in control since the beginning of the second set and dominating the third as well, up 10-2. Celix. And again, Addie Kennedy on the kill this time. 11-2. Braves offense really starting to come alive in the last two sets, up 11-2. Celix. About halfway between the left low block and the end line, basketball end line. Kahnie trying to battle back, but isn't finding any hole really in this Braves defense. Now they do finally get a side out, trailing 11-3. Serve from Jasmine Jones, short. Played by Carlo Johns, returned by the Braves. Ooh, very close. We're going to say it's just wide off the kill attempt from Brooklyn Evans. Trying to get it down, far back corner. Back to back for Neah Kahnie, still trailing 4-11. Jasmine Jones again. Far side short to Evans. And angling it down into the bottom of the net, Lauren Jansen. 5-11. Jones, short serve and ace underneath the net. And Brooklyn Evans diving. No control, 11-6. Might have a Banks timeout coming soon if this run continues. Serve from Jasmine Jones again. Evans to a knee. Kylie McCraw dumped over by Kennedy. By Neah Kahnie. Back and forth again, off the top of the net, but Neah Kahnie able to play it. And Carlo Johns off the bottom of the net, no return from Banks. Suzanne Clark still in her seat. Trying to let her girls battle through it. And finally returned wide. Braves getting the side out back after a battle in close at the net on the opposite end. And Banks, a little bit of momentum back. Still leading 12-6, but up 10-2, actually 12-7. And short off the serve from Kylie McCraw. Kahnie 6 out of the last 8. Serve from Kaylee Pitts. Kahnie. And, oh, nice. How quickly they fall. 3 Pirates trying to keep that ball alive, one-handed, all hitting the deck near back or far back side. The corner, 13-8 Takes back up 5. The serve from Lauren Jansen. And a hitting error on Banks. Side out back to Neah Kahnie. Trailing by 4. Bianca Smith gets the whistle to begin her serve. Low. Didn't get much on it, but does get it across. Battle at the net. And coming up short, Martini for Neah Kahnie. 14-9, Banks back up 5, and Kendall Shook re-entering for Addie Kennedy. Serve. Great opportunity for the Braves to increase their lead. Kendall, a longtime club volleyball player and usually a pretty good server. And there's an ace as it goes underneath the net off the attempt from Kaylee Pitts. 15-9. The serve from Shook, back row. And that's going to find the corner. 15-10, a short-lived side out for Banks. Despite Kendall Shook being behind the service line. Serving for the Pirates, Lucy Smith. Trailing 10-15, short serve to Peters. Back to Peters off the assist from Morgan McCraw. Banks up 16-10 in the third. Kylie McCraw running jump serve. And nice job that time by Carlo Johns, angling it the far side, halfway up the near side line, 17-10. Kylie McCraw. And Brooklyn Evans after the lob off the return on the first touch from Lucy Smith, 18-10 Braves. Lead by as many as 12. Last set, they're threatening to push it to 10. Up 18-10 in the third. And again, Brooklyn Evans, nobody there for Neah Kahnie. Far back side. 19-10. Timeout, Neah Kahnie. Banks up 9, battling back from a opening 2-point first set loss, taking the second 25-15, and also in control in the third up 19-10. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
Now with more Banks Braves Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
And we're back. Banks leading 19-10 in the third set. The serve from Kylie McCraw. Evans again on the kill just inside the back line. Braves back to a 10-point lead. After Neah Kahnie had battled back earlier in the set, their first 10-point lead in the third set, looking to go up 2-1. The serve from Kylie. And, thought Celix was going to let it go. Probably would have been long off the return from Smith. Off, not nearly a nice block by Evans, but Neah Kahnie, nice defense that time, and making contact with the back line, 21-10. Wide that time off the serve from Kylie McCraw, but a great job of extending the lead and holding serve up 21-11 for the Braves. Ruby Martini coming up to get it. Harlow Johns. Evans comes near side this time, and nobody there again for Neah Kahnie. Lucy Smith, the only person in the back row that time, 22-11. Braves team, not a lot of height, off the top of the net. And it's going to be returned just inside the far side line. 22-12. Despite almost no height for this Braves roster, no heights listed, Brooklyn Evans has kind of taken over and been the offensive leader of this team. Braves again back up 10, but misplayed by Lauren Jansen into the scores table, 22-13. Dante. The serve for Neah Kahnie finds its way across the net. An angled wide far side off the heel of the wrist of, I believe, Dante, back to a 10-point lead again, 23-13. Serve from Celix. And again, right back at Martini before she was ready for it. It goes off her heels into the floor, 24-13. Set point in the third for Banks. Celix. Oh, serve. Martini, able to track it down, but not enough on it for Marilyn Dante. Braves up now 2-1. 23-25, 25-15, 25-13. Again, we'll take another 2-minute break and be back with hopefully a deciding set number 4 when we return.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in Oregon, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
The Army National Guard plays a vital role in your community. We're on the front lines supporting essential personnel, first responders, law enforcement, and medical professionals, delivering food, supplies, and medicine, keeping communities safe, making a difference. During emergencies, we're always ready, always there. Learn more about part-time service in the Army National Guard at nationalguard.com.
Sponsored by the Oregon Army National Guard, aired by the Oregon Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Now with more Banks Braves Athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
And we're back. Banks up 2-1, hoping to put it away here in the fourth set with a 23-25, 25-15, 25-13. 2-1 lead over the Neah County Pirates. Taking a look at results from last Thursday night. Valley Catholic swept De La Salle 3-0. Catlin Gable sweeping Oregon Episcopal. Banks with a 3-1 victory at Yamhill Carlton. Neah County defeating Riverdale 3-1, and Warrenton defeating Corbett 3-2. As we return for the beginning of the fourth set from Banks High School between the Braves and Neah County. Banks back with the same lady that was at the helm back when they won their first state title as since we started broadcasting in our first year, 2015-2016. Banks taking the title that year from Sisters under then Suzanne Alley, now Suzanne Clark. She is back with her star from that squad, Megan Bunn, as assistant to hopefully lead this team to another tournament run. And they're looking in pretty good shape, winners of 10 in a row. The serve from Morgan McCraw to open the fourth, and an ace. Lucy Smith trying to one-hand to chase it down near her own bench. Knocks it behind her team, sitting down, and Banks with a 1-0 lead to open the fourth. Too long off the kill attempt that time from Jasmine Jones. 2-0 Braves. Serve from Kylie McCraw. And again, no return from Neah County underneath the net. 3-0 Banks in the third, or in the fourth set. Evans, too much. Right back in the lap of Kaylee Pitts. Nothing she could do, but just gonna have the ball through her arms. 4-0 Braves. Kylie McCraw just on the edge of the basketball end line. And one hand diving across near side in the back row. Kennedy Smith, or Lucy Smith, coming up short, diving to the floor. Timeout Neah County. Banks up 5-0 in the fourth set. About to put Neah County away and hopefully get their 11th win in a row and their 17th win on the season. Actually, want to double check that. Win tonight would be the 11th in a row, 14th on the season for the Braves, and improve them to 14-5. They're up 5-0 in the fourth set, and 2-1 in the match. Five 5-0 Braves lead following the Neah County timeout. hoping for the 4-set victory, which would be the 11th in a row for the Braves. Serve from Kylie McCraw. Evans! Smith able to get some on it, but can't get it to a teammate. 6-0. Serve from Kylie McCraw. Evans this time wide in front of the Neah Kahnie bench. First point for the Pirates finally comes after the first 6 scored by Banks in the 4th set. Pirates trailing 1-6. Dante the serve and shook to a knee and misjudged where the ball was going to land that time and comes up short. Back-to-back points for Neah Kahnie. Serve from Dante again. And spinning its way through the top of the net, catching Neah Kahnie out of place. 7-2. Braves with the side out back after giving up back-to-back points to the Pirates. Serve from Peters. And that's going to be inside the near corner. Backside for Neah Kahnie, trailing 3-7. Serve from Jasmine Jones is an ace. Steelix can't play it. 7. Braves trailing 4-7. Four out of the last 5 scored have been by the Pirates. Jones the serve. Evans far side. Gets it back off the assist from Kylie. And despite some assistance from her fans deciding to play it, Marilyn Dante tries to keep it in play, and it's out of bounds. Would have been out of bounds if she had let it go. 8-4 Braves. Serve from Steelix. And taking it away from Jasmine Jones, Kaylee Pitts one-hands it and knocks it into the wall. 9-4 Braves. And that's going to go far side. Net official could have came up with the assist on that one, but it's almost going to land on the on his stand. 10-4 Braves. And again, misplayed by Kaylee Pitts over the head of Martini into the scores table. 11-4. Felix. A nice job that time, kind of a double team return with Lucy Smith and Bianca Smith. Not sure if they're sisters. 11-5. Braves still in control in the fourth set with a 6-point lead. Too long that time from Harlow Johns. 11-6. Braves trailing by 5. Serve for Martini for the Pirates. Through the block near side. Lauren Jansen gets the side out back for the Braves off the kill. 12-6. And nice job by Lauren Jansen that time. Martini out of control, diving to the floor and knocks it into the bottom of the back wall down to our left. 13-6. Kylie McCraw that time on the serve. Braves able to pull it back from the bleachers to come up with the return. And off the top of the net. And in between a couple of Neah Kahnie players halfway up the far side. 13-6, 14-6 Braves. Again, Kylie is an ace off Martini. Can't, goes down low, but again, no control. 15-6 Braves. Far side, Kylie McCraw, or Morgan McCraw. And too long from Jasmine Jones. Again, Braves a 10-point lead. 16-6. And another timeout, Neah Kahnie. Banks has been in control since the start of the second set. Last two sets are won by 10 points or more. They have a 10-point lead now at 16-6. We'll be back in just a moment.
Same great smile, same great service, but a brand new location and a great new team. Sarah Hesselman Group is still proud to support Banks High School athletics, but has now joined the Premier Property Group real estate team with new offices located in Bethany. If you're thinking about buying or selling a home, contact the Sarah Hesselman Group, Sarah at sarahhesselman.com, or call 503-313-0748.
Now with more Banks Braves athletics on Westside Mobile Media, here's the voice of the Braves, Trevor Beard.
And we're back, 16-6 Braves with a 10-point lead. Latter middle stages of the fourth set, up 2-1 after losing the first set 25-23. Serve from Kylie McCraw. And that's going to almost go off the scoreboard. Ball down to our left. 17-6. Braves have led by as many as 12 earlier in the second set. Serve from Morgan McCraw. Oh, and that's going to be out of bounds. Nice effort by Neah Kahnie to try to pull it back off the net, but Banks again with their largest lead of the match. Up 18-6. Along again from Jasmine Jones, 19-6 Braves. Serve from Kylie McCraw, misplayed by Jasmine Jones. Angles it into the floor, off the heels of her wrists. 20-6 Braves, just 5 points away from their 11th straight victory. And into the net that time, but ends a lengthy Banks side out. 20-7. 20-6, the lead of 14, the largest of the match for the Braves. And return along. Short side out for Neah Kahnie, 21-7. Braves up 14. Lauren Jansen will serve. Again, long for Mirabelle Lair. Nothing Neah Kahnie is doing has worked since they had the slim first set victory. 22-7 Braves. And just a little bit long that time off the return from Banks, but still up 14, 22-8. Short serve from Lucy Smith. And diving to the floor, Lucy Smith near her bench, near her side, and will knock it out of play, 23-8. Shook will serve. Chance to close it out for the Braves. Off the net, and two players nearly collide. It's going to go underneath the net. Set match point for the Braves. Up 24-8, leading 2-1 in the fourth. Shook. The match victory, there it is, as two players come together. It's going to go out of play, 25-8. Banks with the 3-1 victory, 23-25, 25-15, 25-13, 25-8 is your final score. Banks will host Riverdale, should be another Braves victory against I think the only team in 3A volleyball without a victory, the Riverdale Mavericks of Southwest Portland. Banks improves to 14-5, their 11th straight match victory, and will stay in at least a tie for first place, depending on what happens with Warrenton tonight. That both teams entered the evening tied at 6-2 atop the 3A Coastal Range League, which is the Northwest District for 3A volleyball in the state of Oregon. That'll do it from Banks High School. Again, Banks with a 3-1 victory, 23-25, 25-15, 25-13, 25-8 over Neah Kahnie to improve to 7-2 in the Coastal Range League and 14-5 overall. From Banks High School, I'm Trevor Beard. This has been Banks Braves High School Volleyball on Westside's GreatestHits.com and Westside Mobile Media. We'll talk to you again on Thursday night.